Hey, everybody, how are you? I'm dropping in. So, yesterday I put up a video about the power of suffering. And, it's interesting because before I got on this Ramadan experience, quarantine was already kind of pushing me into this more authentic space of being and expressing myself, right? And then I decided to do or observe Ramadan, and that has pushed me into an even deeper space of authenticity and self-expression and growth and healing. And so it is shifting even how I'm being creative with the way I deliver my message, or just really helping me to tap into the unique expression, right, that I have to deliver a message. Welcome to the conversation, everybody. So today we're going to talk about, is it worth struggling? And if it's worth struggling, what's the benefits on the other side of the struggle? Why struggle? Why embrace struggling, right? Because struggling can be tough. Struggling can hurt. Struggling can make you feel lost. Struggling can make you feel defeated. Struggling can scare you because it has you out of a space of comfort. It has you in a space of uncertainty, possibly, right? Welcome to the conversation, Keisha. Thank you very much. I like it too. If you just joined, we're talking about the power of struggling, or the lack thereof, and whether it's worth struggling. What are the benefits on the other side of the struggle? So I have a few questions that I'm going to ask you to probe you, to see how you feel about struggling. I'm going to tell you how I feel about struggling, some of the benefits that it's produced in my life, and I'm going to see if I can convince you to face your stuff. How about that? Barry says, but it makes you stronger. That's right. That's definitely, to me, a benefit. But we're going to dive into that a little bit more. We're going to dig into the layers of what that actually means. It makes you stronger. Because sometimes, especially with talks like this, subjects like this, we end up going into our bag and we'll throw out something that's really a true statement. But it's like, but how do I get there? Because if I'm afraid of struggling, if it hurts to struggle, if it puts me in too much uncertainty to struggle, if I can't see benefit on the other side of struggling, I'll probably avoid it. Even though they say it makes you stronger, I don't see it, right? So for me, I know in the past, especially when I started on my, hey everybody, especially when I started on my spiritual journey, I remember wanting to avoid feeling not good. If there was an experience that came in that challenged my joy, that challenged a space of peace in me, that challenged anything that could be synonymous with feeling good, I usually was finding myself running from the experience. I was usually finding myself trying to redirect my focus or attention in order to bring in a better feeling space. And for all intents and purposes, that sounds like a good idea, right? I mean, come on, why not? Why wouldn't you? It's a good spiritual principle even. I don't even know if I want to call it spiritual. It's just a good principle to make yourself feel better. But if pain is coming up on a regular basis, or if you're running from something, it's almost like, how we could be in the car. Hey, y'all, welcome to the conversation. You know how you can be in a car and then an indicator light comes on? It could be something for the coolant system. If you got an old school car, it could be the radiator. If you got, you might be low on gas. Anything that the car is alerting you to is telling you that there's a problem or that there's something that needs to be addressed. And so quite possibly when something comes in that it could possibly push us into a space of struggle, it could be like the indicator light in the car, right? And when you get the indicator light in the car, if you ignore the light, what happens? Either you're going to run out of gas if it was the gas light. If you run out, if it was the coolant light, you're going to run out of coolant. If it was the radiator, it might overheat. I mean, the car is trying to tell you before it breaks down. There's something to pay attention to here. So for me, hey, you guys, welcome. I want to encourage you to possibly do the beautiful struggle. That's what I call it. Because to me, on the other side of that is so much reward. Quite possibly on the other side of the struggle is your liberation, it's growth, it's healing, it's strength, inner strength, emotional strength, spiritual strength, physical strength, right? Because some people carry their pain in their body. And they end up putting on a lot of weight, covering up the thing they need to struggle through. You're eating a lot, you know. It's everything to do to try to avoid it or to try to pacify yourself in the moment. It's almost like, you know how you have some dirt on the floor and let's say an unexpected guest is getting ready to come by the house. And then you're like, oh, okay, let me just sweep it under the rug. Well, yeah, it looks clean when they get in there. But, you know, if you move the rug for any particular reason, the dirt's still right there. You know what I'm saying? And if you leave the dirt there for a period of time, let's say you get a little water damage or something, you spill something on it and the soil is underneath there, it can come up through the rug and damage the rug, right? Could be hard to get that dirt out, hard to get that stain out. If you put something on top of the rug for an extended period of time, or you got a heavy foot traffic walking over the rug, then it can start to soil the rug and it can start to settle into the rug. Right? So the dirt that you swept underneath there never left. So could it be worth it? Hey, everybody, could it be worth it to struggle through? So let's talk about that. What could be the benefit of struggling? I wrote down some questions. And sometimes we're struggling and we don't know how to get out of the struggle. So let's talk about, let me throw some questions your way that can help you to get out of the struggle possibly. So here's a question. Are you stuck in one way of looking at the situation? Are you so tightly gripped on one way you think that the result needs to be? Are you stuck in a way that you think it has to pan out? And that's what has you in a struggle, a cycle. Because you haven't loosened your grip on having other possibilities to be the outcome or the result for you as well. Or maybe something else could come in and be better than what you think. But if you're so stuck on what you think it should be, I like to eliminate should from my vocabulary, right? But if you're so stuck on what you think something should be, quite possibly that's causing the struggle. Hey, Trina, welcome, honey. So good to see your name. That could be keeping you stuck in the struggle. So this question is getting you to stretch into the thought that there could be other possibilities for how this thing can play out. And quite possibly once you loosen the grip on what you think things should be, something else can come in and show you what else it could be. Yeah. Another question to recognize if you're in a struggle, how to get out of the struggle, and how to have a beautiful struggle with the struggle, right? Have you looked at the pros and the cons of what else it can mean? Like we might come into, like, let's take a tangible thing, like a relationship. You may be struggling with releasing someone, or you may be struggling with holding on to someone, and you don't know what to do. You know, that can make it, and because you're afraid, this is layers. I'm going to have to talk about this in another video. Codependency. This is something that I've learned about very recently. Wasn't very familiar with the term. I knew the behavior that it was describing, but I didn't know that this was a term that people called it. And I was even in a space, in a pattern, in a cycle of codependency and didn't even know it. I'm thinking this is a healthy trait that I have. Totally toxic. Totally toxic. Look it up. Codependency. So many layers of what it can mean. And it can truly, truly change how you approach your relationships, every relationship in your life, especially your romantic ones. If you learn some of the patterns, the toxic patterns that you have that you may not even be aware of, that could be destroying relationships, killing relationships because you don't even know that you're being codependent. It's very, very interesting. Let me see what y'all are saying before I continue. I see people talking. Barry says, here's a question, Ro. So if you know you have to go through the struggle, how do you prepare for the struggle? And so in the rewards. Good question, Barry. We're going to come back to that, baby. Tasha says, you're talking to me. This is helping me right now. A light bulb just went off. Bless up, baby. John says, good. Hope all is well with everyone. Hey, Marquita, bless up. So you could be in a codependent cycle with someone and don't even know it. It could be totally toxic. And we think like we could be an over-nurturer. Toxic. You're not letting somebody grow. You're not letting them go through their own beautiful struggle. Woo, honey. Okay, so have you looked at the pros and the cons of what you're going through? Sometimes just facing stuff, that's the struggle. But if you're running, because a lot of us be running. I know I was running, honey. What? If you're running, you don't give the indicator light in the car a chance to show you why it's there. The pain is popping up for a reason. The pain keeps popping up in different situations for a reason. There's something you need to face. There's an indicator light that needs to be addressed, right? The dirt under the rug is still there. It's time to actually clean it because it can show up in different ways. It doesn't have to keep showing up in the same way, the struggle. It can show up in different ways. So this is my gentle nudge for you to face your stuff so that you can come out of these cycles. Right now, we're in a cycle, I think, on a macrocosm in the world. We're coming out. We're either going into a deeper cycle with something or we're coming out of it. We're having a birth right now. So are we going to face our stuff and are we going to make a shift individually and collectively? Remains to be seen. But I like to at least focus on what I can change right now as an individual. So this is our personal talk about our personal struggle. And maybe just from you facing your stuff, you're going to add some good energy. You're going to add some good perspective to the collective and help with what we're going through right now. So struggle is powerful on so many levels to go through and face. So look at your stuff. Yeah. Right. Have you looked at the why it's there? You could be running from the pain and it's just the indicator light. It's just trying to tell you you're running out of gas. It's just trying to tell you you need more coolant. It's just trying to tell you, that whatever is happening with your car is getting ready to break down. And so it could be good to go ahead and take care of this before it becomes a bigger problem. So why is it there? Just sit with it. Ask the question, am I stuck in a pattern? What's the pattern? Am I having a similar breakdown in different areas of my life? What is the pattern? Do I keep running into the same type of person? What's the pattern? Do I keep having unsuccessful relationships? Do I keep having breakdowns in my friendships? What's the pattern? What's the common denominator here? Is there dirt under the rug? And I just forgot it was there because I swept it underneath. Let's see what you guys are saying. Welcome to the conversation. Hey, Carl. Every struggle makes you stronger. We all need this conversation right now. Bless up, Darlene. I've been having this conversation. Good afternoon, Charles. I've been having this conversation with myself. I'm telling y'all, this has been such a powerful time for me. It is birthing a level of authenticity in me that I am so happy about. I'm embracing it. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for something to come in and crack me open and take me out of my shell. I've been waiting for something to help me take off more masks. And I'm finally getting it. And I'm so grateful. And it did not come easy. It's come through the struggle. It's come through me looking at my stuff. It's come through me taking responsibility for my stuff. It's come through me going through the test and saying, not no more. Boundary. Value system. I have to execute my value system now. I can't just talk about it. I got to be about it in every area, not just this area, all of them. Integrity. And on the other side of it is more authenticity, more me, more strength. The strength we talk about is more than just saying strong. right? See how that layer just dropped in on that? It's not just strong like stronger mention. No, this is like strong like coming from who you really are. Like revealing more of your authentic self and actually taking action from that place, actually thinking from that place, actually approaching your relationships from that place. That kind of strength. So yeah, do I think the struggle's worth it? Abso-freaking-lutely. Your freedom is on the other side of the struggle. Grace is going to help you through the struggle. What's your prayer life looking like? Do you even have one? You don't have to, but man, does it help me. Just asking for something greater than myself to step in and help to deliver me through something that maybe I'm struggling with, and I don't know how to get there, but just pausing. Because if you remember it will remember you. So pausing and prioritizing that instead of the whatever else you are prioritizing right now, really prioritizing that time, that sacred time with that which you want to help you, so that when you remember it remembers you. God remembers you because you're remembering God, whatever name you want to call it, right? Let me see what y'all are saying. Hey everybody, welcome to the conversation. We're going in. Prayer life helps. Oh yeah, the struggle is challenged now. Okay. Another question. Oh, okay. Shoot, I done already rattled it off. So I want to ask, is anybody in the chat? Is anybody in the chat going through the struggle? Because if there's a way that I can speak into your situation, I'm going to do it right now to see if we can move the needle of progress for the next best step that you can take, so that you can truly take advantage of this very profound time to deal with your struggle, to actually be bold enough, be courageous enough to step into the struggle. Beautiful struggle, honey. Because on the other side could be more of your authenticity, more healing, more growth. What else did I write down? More perspective, more boundaries, more values, more grace, more God, more compassion, more greatness. But from a very authentic, beautiful, powerful, real power place. All right, let's see what you're saying. Bless up, welcome, Marcus. Hey, Kai. Hey, Shirley. It's so beautiful in the struggle, Marcus, I'm telling you, but it's not easy. It can be very painful, physically painful. I have come out of physical pain. Heartbreak. I just dealt with major heartbreak, major disappointment. And I sat in it. I did not run from it. I was like, what is here, man? And I saw a cycle. I saw a cycle. I saw a pattern. I saw codependency. I saw things that I'd never seen. I never even knew to look for. But it took me to be willing to get in it, to get the jewel out of it. I had to be willing to not run to get the message. I had to be willing to go through the pain, the dark night of the soul, to get it. And I'm finally, praise God, I'm finally coming out on the other side. And I'm so grateful. Because more me is here. More me is here. So worth it. Let me see what y'all are saying. Okay, Shirley says she's struggling. Bless up, honey. Chantel, hey, darling. Ramadan Mubarak. Let's see. In the process of some people will walk away, and some you will have to walk away from. Hello. But it's all about being honest with you and how you want to express and demonstrate. And that changes because you grow as you observe. You better speak in here, sir. As long as you understand and are comfortable with that. That's all that matters. Being your authentic self, your divine self, your true self. And sometimes thank you, Chantiel. Sometimes to get to your true self, you got to get in the struggle, baby. Get in the mud with you. Be willing to see you, how you contribute to whatever you may not like, how to contribute to getting out of the pain that you're in, how to contribute, how you got to get out of that bad relationship, how it's time to break a karmic cycle. But that requires that we stop and face it. So even if you need, support, find your support system. Fasting. I'm in Ramadan right now, you guys. It not only does fasting, can it heal the body, it can heal the mind. It can heal your connection to source, to God. It can heal your thought process. It can purify so much. But you got to be willing to struggle, possibly sacrifice, right? Something that could be considered a struggle for some of us, to give up something that we love, give up something that we want to do. I went through a fasting headache the other day. If you didn't see my video that I made yesterday that I put out, it's just me talking with a visual. Check it out. I talk about it. I was dealing with a fasting headache. And on Ramadan, you're not supposed to eat or drink or take any headache medicine. You just endure, because part of the lesson behind it is that the struggle that you're dealing with helps you to become compassionate to other people that are struggling. You remember that others are struggling. You don't just go to what's convenient. And so that can make you reflective. That can make you embrace pain from another perspective. And it softens the heart. It can soften the mind. It can soften the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So it's so beautiful to practice to me. It's my first one. It sensitizes you. It can. Such a beautiful practice. So for me, Ramadan has been a beautiful supportive tool for my healing. I was like, I got to get in this thing, man. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to let some stuff go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Is it time? Am I your gentle nudge? This is your support system. This is your support system to do it. We're in quarantine. How often do we get this kind of downtime for some of us? Take advantage of this very potent, powerful, profound space. It could be whatever we make it and allow it to be, right? And you never know how going through your stuff and healing you can help us to get through whatever we're dealing with as a collective right now. All right, y'all are talking and I'm talking. Let me see. Tasha says, yes, letting go of toxic relationships for once and for all. How do you begin? Okay. Loving you. You begin by loving you more. I don't care if you're not in a toxic relationship. Bring the best single you to a collective you. You know how they say bring two holes? Bring two holes. That's how we're not codependent on each other. We're a complement. A complement is different. Please look up that word codependency, because I know that, we use it interchangeably for a few things, and I mean it from another layer when it comes to relationship. If you bring a whole loved on you, nurtured, self-nurtured you, self-aware you're automatically going to insert value system. You're automatically going to insert boundaries. You're going to automatically be in touch with what's good for you and not good for you. And then you will be more empowered to make a decision that's better on behalf of you. So you probably got to go through the beautiful struggle with yourself so that you can make a better decision surrounding if somebody's healthy for you or not. Because when we really love ourselves, And this is not some like, I don't know. Because some of these terms we can say, they can get lost in fluffiness. Because they get used so much. It's okay, but they get used so much that we might neglect the layers that come with the statement. You got to love you more. Because once you love you more, then you can get in touch with what your value system is, even if some of us aren't even in touch with what that is. Like, what do you value? Ask yourself that. What's really important to me? Family? Trustworthiness from a person? Honesty? Kindness? Diligence? I'm just throwing words out here just to get your brains going about how to discover values within yourself. What do you value? Does that person reflect your values back to you? Something. Or are you quieting your own values to try to accommodate something? Codependency. Are you showing up fully as who you are? Are you accepted in that space from that person? Are you accepting yourself? A lot of us, we don't even, there's so many things about me I got to accept about me before I could even expect somebody else to accept me for all of me. And so we come in hoping that the person we're loving on, we come in hoping that the person that we're in connection with, that we're in relationship with, can love the parts of us that we don't even love. Ooh. That's a great place to start. Discovering your value system and finding out whether the person in front of you reflects them back to you. Do you have boundaries? Or are they all blurred because you're so busy trying to accommodate just having love in your life? Some of us feel like, I'd rather have somebody than nobody. Not me. Okay? That type of stuff can throw you completely off of a higher destiny. Accommodating something that we have no business accommodating. Quieting who we actually are. Dimming our light. Stopping us from full expression. Because we're stopping us from full expression. It's really not them, it's us. They're just a reflection. They're just mirroring back possibly what we're not doing for ourselves. But that's a thought, honey. Great question. Great question. We all go through it. Beautiful struggle. Charles says the struggle of setting boundaries for people who love you but have a negative narrative. It all comes out in the wash when we get in the trenches with ourselves and do the beautiful struggle dance to find out if that's worth keeping around or if we need to love them from a distance, and until they can atone, right, and come into a better space. Because I'm not necessarily the type of person that's like, get out of my life or closing the door completely on somebody. Because you could be in a situation where you got to grow and you might want some forgiveness or some grace in the future. So I like to be a little more flexible. But if I got to love you from a distance, I will absolutely give you the Heisman. Okay? All right. You feel me? Marcus says, I've been in that area for a moment, but I'm gaining strength in the struggle. Good for you, honey. Good for you. Tarif says, hey, I'm surviving these struggles and I'm not letting that get in my way. Bless up. Ramadan Kareem, thank you. Shanti, I know I'm behind. I'm sorry, y'all. Lady says, I can honestly say I feel that crossing to the other side, I embrace that struggle. You helped me set those targets and execute. I kiss my children every day. Bless up, honey. I love it. You got me crying. Oh, you warmed my heart. Thank you for sharing that. Charles says, amen. Fasting 6 hours a day from 6 to 12 for 21 days. Good for you, honey. Purify. Come into that space. Yes. Lauren says, amen. I'm going back fasting for 3 months. Good for you. Marcus says, love it. Hey, Elijah, this is helping you. Good, Tasha. You're my gentle nudge every single time. Bless up. Hey, Kai. I fast from 8 p.m. to noon every day, adding meditation every morning in my backyard. Beautiful. And yes, you're a positive nudge in the right direction. Blessed be Rhona. Bless up. Yes, build the collective you. I love that. Okay, I'm behind. I receive that. Thank you. Lauren says, I'm ready to let everything go so I can have a peaceful mindset, so I can heal. Yes, my mom and grandmother always tell me to love yourself before love someone else. Yes. All right. Charles says, I often examine what I'm putting out to see if the seeds I'm planting are returning void. And if so, I critique the approach and build accordingly. You better speak in here. Chantiel says, go hard in your prayer and fasting life. Also fast from negative energy and low vibration in situations and people. If you are doing a 6-hour, go for 12 hours. Come on, sir. And while you are doing it, feed your soul with prayer and study. PPU, bless up. I love it. I love it. Okay. What a beautiful, beautiful exchange right now. Do you all have any questions of me before I close this out? I think it's already been incredibly powerful. If you just joined, make sure that you go back and watch the video. I invite each of you to share this video if it helped you or you think it can help someone else. If you think it can provide inspiration, if you think it can start the healing that we are all needing in this time and beyond, put this thing out there, man. Thank you, Fred. Talk to me. Do you want to ask me anything, or do you want to just say anything, or do you have a testimony or something? Hey, Rhona, I love you. Otherwise, I'm gonna release you. I think I've said enough. Lady says, I hope that everything you're pouring into us, you receive 100-fold. Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to the most awesome Ramadan experience. I'm looking forward to seeing what other expressions are getting ready to be birthed through me. Whoa. I want to say God bless you, Coach. Thank you, Charles. God bless you too. Hey, Jay. You tickle me when you say that. You tickle me. I think it's so cute. Thank you. Okay, you guys. I think everybody's letting it marinate. I'm gonna let it marinate. I'm sending love your way, and I'll be back. The power of struggling. Get into it. Peace, everybody.